皆さん、こんにちは。私、マーク・マリンです。
こんにちは。私はグレッグ・テイラーです。
Uh, これは Musings from Japan. This is Musings from Japan number 53. 53.
$53, everybody. Can
I
you
like that.
believe it, Mark? It's
53. How did
number
you do that?
53.
I
Huh?
like how you did that. I like how you did
Yeah,
that. 53.
53. I don't know
I've
how to
never
do
seen,
it any other way, but there you go.
I've never done that before. Wow. 53.
53. Hey,
Yeah.
by the
Well,
way,
yes, sir.
well, hello. So,
Hello.
I want to apologize. In the background, I have some laundry hanging up.
I don't want to
This is
apologize.
my house, and
I'm drinking
oh,
coffee.
Dotur, my favorite coffee. Well,
Yes.
at least one of them.
Yes.
I mean, I love Dotur, and I went and had Dotur a week or so ago and had uh, I don't know how to say it in English. Miru crepe. You
Oh
know
yeah, the crepe. Yeah, the mill, the stacked little
the
stacked
stacked
crepe.
crepes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a cake or I don't know.
It's a
It's
crepe.
it's a crepe. It's a whole bunch of stacked crepes. And you know what? I had that at Dotur
Mm,
here in Kazaki a week ago or so,
yeah.
and I had cafe mocha, delicious, which
Mm,
is often what I have, and it was served on a nice, elegant kind of plate,
mm,
a
mm.
little dish, and it was
Service.
great. It was just great service, and it wasn't that expensive, and my wife and I had both of us, and it was maybe oh, it was less than $10 US
I know. That's
for
that's
both of us.
that's the
So,
nice part. So
but
anyway,
then
yeah,
my birthday is coming up, and I'm
that's right.
celebrating my birthday here in
That was
Japan.
one of the topics I was going to talk about.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, and then the weather too.
in the
But my birthday is coming up, and
yeah.
and so from my favorite cake shop in Okazaki, and there's several cake shops which we
Mhm,
love.
mm.
My One of my favorite cake shops is called Country Christmas. So if you Google it, you'll see what it's all about. Here in Okazaki, it's very
Oh, country
popular,
Christmas
and so they have a big Christmas tree in the lobby or in
all
the
year
store
round.
all year round, and you can hear country music being played too. So it's called
What
country.
is it like bluegrass or?
Oh, I don't know, just country, but they country western. They we usually order a vanilla chiffon cake. Very simple, but absolutely out of this world.
But that's
Just
not very
milk.
country. I was thinking, apple pie.
Well, what we did order, speaking of miru crepe, thousand crepes, um,
A
because
million crepes.
how do you say that in French? I don't know. I took 2 years of French and I don't remember any of it.
Yeah,
Well, the
million crepe,
the
million crepe,
we ordered a big
million
giant
crepe.
miru crepe
Whatever.
uh, cake or
Yeah.
pie or whatever you want to call it, and that's for my birthday present. So we're gonna get
Yay.
part of it if there's gonna be too much to eat. So there you go.
お誕生日おめでと
ありがとうございます。よろし
う。
くお願
はい。
いします。
はい。よろしくお願いします。But it's also Tanabata, which is the
そうで
Star
すね。
Festival.
And
And
I just saw if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it still, but on my Facebook from how many years ago was it?
hmm, hmm,
Let's see. It was don't
a
know if
few
I can
years
find
ago.
it quickly. There was a thing, like this was then, this is now. I posted a picture, maybe it was 9 years ago, maybe it was 10 or 11, mm, of Niigata and Fudamachi, where they had the Tanabata streamers, the
And
Tanabata.
I just sent you a video because they put them up yesterday. So I
Had you
took the
sent me a
video.
picture also? I could have
That's right.
taken that picture and put it in with this that was then and this is now.
And every year, I think every year I've sent you a picture or a video of the Tanabata balls that are hanging out here in Funamuchi.
Yeah. So what is Tanabata for those who don't know?
It's the Star Festival, is where the princess and prince, I forgot their names. They come
Uh
together.
Prince Ikoboshi and Princess Orihime.
Orihime, that's right. That's right.
Hmm.
They're represented by stars in the Milky Way, and these stars come to the closest point between the Milky Way. at this time on July 7th, and then they float away. Every year they come together, and it's the Chinese, I believe, a Chinese
Chinese of origin. Yeah,
folk,
Chinese origin.
Chinese folks story about where they were destined to never be true lovers. They were banished away from their kingdoms because they fell in love. They were two kingdoms, but they made a pact where they would come together once a year to see each other and kiss across the Milky Way and then go away. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
good
very
way to
romantic.
it's a good way to explain the celestial movements of the stars.
Oh,
How's that?
anyway,
How's that?
also my
Anyway,
birthday.
so
Uh,
happy birthday, Greg. Greg's birthday I can never forget now because it's Tanabata. So
no, July
so
7th.
yeah.
So
So and
everybody
see,
knows now.
and then right now, just a quick weather report. So for you, you're having the heavy rains again today, right? Or coming
Yep,
up soon?
heavy rain.
Yeah.
Heavy
So
rain.
as reported last time we had it, the rainy season just started this week in Niigata, and of course it rained. And so we've had a heavy rain, and coming this afternoon or this evening will be the rain continuing again. So predictable. Japan, so
Yeah,
predictable.
and I mean it's not too hot right now. It's 26 degrees Celsius, I believe, and something like that.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
humid.
today we're around
It's 29 right now, I think.
yeah, we're 29 right now. I was going to say we're a little warmer,
Oh, I
but
beg your pardon. I stand corrected. It's 25 degrees.
oh,
And
we're 29.
that's about 76 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, I believe.
Yeah.
It's better than at
Yeah.
where I'm. Well, it's better than California or Fresno,
California, which is everyone's triple digits, looks like.
and it's going to be, if you know Fahrenheit, it's going to be 112 degrees for several consecutive days. But the big story in the Central California region was the weather app on their phones. Everybody's phone was saying that it was going to be 50 degrees a week from Saturday
Oh, good.
for a high, and that's it's just not going to happen because it's it's um it's going to be 42 or 43, but it's not going to be 50 degrees.
You never know because
You
weather
never
is
know, but
unpredictable.
all the weather forecasters are saying no, this is not what we forecast. It's some kind of a glitch or something, and so but everybody's iPhones or everybody's phones was with the weather app was showing 50 degrees for a week from Saturday,
Yeah. Oh
and
well.
I'm glad to say that it probably won't happen there. But and by the way, 50 degrees is 122 degrees Fahrenheit
Yeah.
or thereabouts.
Yeah. 50
And
degrees
so,
Celsius. I mean, yeah.
yeah, 50 degrees Celsius, 122 Fahrenheit. I just got this email.
It would be the hottest place ever recorded in human history.
Not quite. That's 100 or 200 miles away, and that's in the Sahara, not the Sahara
But it
Desert, but
wasn't 50 degrees there. It was 49, 48,
oh,
but it wasn't
in
50.
in
Well, I don't think it was
it was 134 degrees in Death Valley at one time
right
in
now. Well, one time, yeah,
no,
but not now. I was going to say not now. I mean,
yeah,
if
either
it's
way, still
if it was 50
pretty hot.
degrees in Fresno, in Death Valley, it should be like 60 degrees.
Yeah,
It would
so
be.
it's crazy. But here, it was really rainy, raining heavily, and it flooded our balcony. And then we had the management company come and she did something with it, but I don't think she was totally successful in cleaning the drain,
Mm,
because we live in a tall building, and the
hold on,
pipe drain
apartment.
down from the roof, it was carrying debris down, and it clogged up. And when it rains heavily, it lately it's been overflowing. So we have boxes on the patio or the
I think it's
veranda.
I think it's because of the mouse that's stuck in there.
I hope not, because I don't want to smell a mouse.
The mouse
Yeah.
is anyway.
But
Sorry.
yeah, so anyway,
Okay,
there you
well,
go. So,
all right. So if we're here, just rainy season, and it's like, hey, I'm okay. So okay,
oh,
I
hey,
want to
I
go.
had a question, and I don't want to go too far off script because we have some kind of a script, folks.
Yes,
But
we do. Okay, go ahead.
so in Niigata, tell me,
Yes,
I've saw these YouTubers, these vloggers getting on YouTube with
V
all these
tubers.
all these all these these posts about Niigata and Niigata
Hmm.
Station.
Hmm.
What has happened in the past several weeks at Niigata Station? Did Kokoro reopen? What happened? Did all these shops reopen or
The
open up?
shops have been opening up the last 2 months. They did the first grand opening about 2 months ago, where some of the shops open, and then like every week or so, another section opens up at Niigata Station. For those of you who don't know, Niigata train station has been completely remodeled, and now it looks like a Tokyo station. It no longer has that 1960s look of a train station. Now it's in the 21st century, but a lot of shops have moved into the station and those shopping malls. And uh like in Tokyo, when you go to Tokyo, when you go to a train station, you see lots of food shops, souvenir shops, even supermarkets and things like that. All that is now in Niigata Station, and they're slowly opening up. I think it's 80% open now, Greg. And by the
So
time you come, I think it'll be almost, I think by Obon, it's going to be 100% open inside the
it's
station.
fascinating because across the street on the Bondi City side of Niigata Station,
Hmm.
there was always on that corner of just across from the station there was a Dotour coffee shop, and I believe it's still there. And I
Hmm.
also believe that well, actually, there's a brand new Dotour inside the station,
Hmm.
and it's called Dotour ST, which means
Right.
station, and
Hmm.
Niigata has the name Niigata below the Dotour thing. And so I
Right.
saw this on one of the videos that I was watching, and absolutely fascinating. It was a very large size Dotour.
Hmm.
Um, I'm really impressed with the changes that I've seen with Niigata Station. It's going to make it a a destination place really in Niigata, and I think it probably is going to promote more visitors coming to Niigata.
Oh no. Yeah, I hope so. Actually, but what so far what has happened, just to let you know on the inside scoop, it is a very popular place for young people, high school kids and younger, but it's not very popular with the general populace of Niigata because things now are more chaotic there and it's harder to get in and out. There's less parking available for people who drive. So there's a lot of shops that were in Niigata Station that you could drive, and outside of Niigata Station, where the new bus terminal is, used to be a parking lot. So you can go in there and park there for free for 30 minutes, and then get out. Or if you buy something, you can get like an hour free parking. So people used to go in there, park for 30 minutes, go inside, buy the stuff they need, get in the car and drive away. But now there isn't that available anymore. So there is on the Ekinon side, the south side, there is that available. So if you want to go into Niigata Station, you can go around the other side and park free for 30 minutes. But then the distance now to to get to all these shops is now wider, and it's crowded. So you have to cross completely through Niigata Station or go underneath Niigata Station, go up the escalator to try to get to the shop area, then try to get down and go back across. It's
Let
a
me
good
ask you a
workout.
question.
It's a good
Uh,
workout, but a lot of older people don't like it because it's not as convenient as it used to be.
the Niigata station of 10 years ago, is
Mm,
it a little changed, somewhat changed, or a lot changed, a
a
lot
lot,
different than it was
a
10 years ago?
lot, a lot changed,
Is it going to blow
Greg.
my mind next time I
It'll
see
blow
it?
your mind. It'll blow your mind. In fact, we might see it on the news when you arrive there. It'll say foreigners mind blown.
Well, I
Some
just love
VTuber will
Niigata
catch it.
station. I remember track number 4, they closed it. Oh, it's been closed like maybe almost 10 years.
Yeah,
You know,
ev-
it
all
was
the
the first.
tracks are different, Greg. All the tracks are different now.
Well, what I'm saying is that when 10 years ago, the station was 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then 7 and 8 were down. You had to walk to the left as you entered the main gate, and you walked down a ways, and then that
Mm.
was 7 and 8, that which was traditionally the tracks you took to go to on the Hakushinsen to go to Shibata
Shibata or
and
Murakami
places like
or
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Although you could
but
take those trains on the other tracks, but those were commonly the tracks that you were using. And now everything's upstairs, like it's
Up,
elevated, right?
yeah, and I think, and what they also did is that the steam locomotives used to come to Niigata Station because they could take track 8 or 9 because they were on the ground. But now I don't think they don't come to Niigata anymore because there's no ground level tracks
Maybe
because
it's
all the
because they're too heavy.
yeah, well, no, they purposely now if you want to see the steam locomotives, you got to go to Nitsu or to
Wow.
Shibata. Because by tradition, actually, Nitsu Station was the main train station of Niigata many years ago. Niigata is actually a newer station compared to Nitsu. Nitsu was the one of the main hubs of Niigata 70, 80, 90, 100 years ago. So
You
a
know,
little bit of Niigata history for you people.
which reminds me, I was
Oh,
looking and television need oh, what is it? Tenny?
yeah, I mean, yeah, TV.
So so I was familiar with that. Isn't that the broadcasting center down the river and you got the Shinano River or not? Where is Tenny
Actually,
at?
actually, they're all on the river. Tenny's on the river, NST's on the river, NHK's on the river. They're all
What's
different
that
spots.
large building with the transmitting tower from it? That's south
That's
dispatched.
that's Tenny. Yeah, that's up
Okay,
the.
so is that where we'd have our concerts sometimes?
No, that's NST is the other TV
So
station.
sorry, folks, for the confusion, but the thing I wanted to just mention was the 40th, no, I'm sorry, the 60th anniversary of the great Niigata earthquake was this month.
That's right.
And so on the internet is a link of a documentary. Well, I watched the documentary that Tenny produced on this Niigata earthquake, and it was
Right.
really quite fascinating to see the devastation and the damage that occurred in Niigata some 60 years ago this month.
Well, the big thing that they're focusing on that earthquake is and actually it's a very important earthquake throughout the world because it was the greatest example of liquefaction that would happen during an earthquake.
You could see cars that were sitting there and they were flooded.
They sink or
Yeah,
the
they sank and they were
building
flooded in
sank.
water.
In
Yeah.
fact, the last earthquake that hit in our area, which was the Ishikawa earthquake on January 1st, we had a New Year's earthquake in Japan, killed over 300 people. But that was quite a distance south of us, but it's along the fault line that links Sado Island all the way down to Ishikawa. And so we had in Nishi Niigata, western part of Niigata
Yeah.
City, uh, we had liquefaction again there. There's some spots where there was damage by that earthquake, where there's a time lapse. Because now we have security cameras everywhere. There's one security camera that was showing a parking lot of an apartment where when the earthquake hit, you could see the water bubble up and air conditioning units sinking, cars sinking into the ground, and people running around trying to move their cars before they sank in the ground. So the liquefaction still occurs. Now, the Niigata earthquake, 80% of the damage that was done in Niigata City was done by liquefaction, not by the earthquake shaking itself, but it was the liquefaction. And then that destroyed buildings. The death toll was very small, but the damage was huge because of the liquefaction. The Ishikawa earthquake, there was still 20% damage in Niigata City along the same point of the liquefaction that happened in the 1964 earthquake. So, and they were the
Amazing.
scientists, they're still studying, they're still having the same problems, and they're trying to rectify that. And the reason why Niigata is susceptible is because we have two major rivers that dump into the Niigata Plain, which is the Shinano River and the Agano River. But also, what happened more than 100 years ago, the Shinano River was diverted and to add flood control because this area where we're at now, if I was here 200 years ago in this spot where this school is at, I'd be underwater right now because this area would flood in rainy season. So what they did was to control the flooding in the central part of Niigata City, they diverted the water, but they didn't reinforce the land that was here. You know what I mean? It's still river sediment. So every time we have an earthquake, that sandy soil that's here shakes and buildings, you know. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, it's
so
also fascinating that Niigata is about equal distance from the epicenter of that Ishikawa earthquake, uh, that or the earthquake that happened on the Noto Peninsula
mhm,
on New Year's, and as I am in Okazaki in southern Aichi Prefecture from the epicenter. And what's also interesting is I was at a shopping mall here in the city shopping, and everybody's smartphones rang off in emergency
at the same
notification
time.
at
Yeah,
the same time, exact same time. It was very surreal. But
yeah.
yet we were in the shopping mall, we didn't feel the earthquake. And yet Niigata, West Niigata had somewhat significant damage from this
I
earthquake.
I was at my house in Shibata and I could see my car jumping, bouncing. I could see sidewalks moving outside of my house.
Yeah, so
It was
we had, I don't know what happened in my area, but in the shopping mall itself, we didn't see the earthquake, but they
you're protected because that fault I remember seeing that fault doesn't there's a fault line that runs in between the
Mark,
mountains.
Mark, the ladies here, and we're gonna have to edit this thing, okay? Hold
Okay,
on.
so go ahead, Mark.
Go and
This is for
pause it.
Mark. I will be pausing.
Hi.
Hi. I'm not gonna pause this. I'm gonna put this as a trailer at the end of the thing. So this is Greg doing family business. Meanwhile, I'll eat my dotor sandwich because I'm hungry. This is so okay, dotor. Mm. I'm eating my sandwich, Greg. Greg, you back?
Yeah, well, not, I don't know, but would you be able to translate if I need you?
What happened? Go ahead.
I don't understand everything.
What does she want? What is she doing?
Nothing particularly now, but in case
No
they're
problem.
fixing the pipe.
Oh, okay.
Do you know say technical stuff like that?
I can do it all, Greg. You know me.
Oh, good. You want to
I'm
talk
gonna
to
keep it. I'm gonna keep this.
them? Don't do that.
What I'll do is I'll put G-Buck. I'll put.
It'll be like an outtake.
Outtake, right? I'll just cut it up and slice it. All right. If you need me, Greg, I'm here.
Okay, good. ありがとうございます。Yeah, he's fixing the thing right now.
Oh, okay.
The wind is blowing in the drawer right or the
Hmm.
door.
Uh,
風が吹いてる。雨。
anyways, すごい雨でしょ? Heavy?
Yeah.
Is it
So
いっぱい?
where were we
Boy,
talking when I left?
I don't know.
But you can make a thing that we were interrupted.
Hmm. I'll put a thing here, but we're running out of time. I got 10 minutes left on this, so
You want to finish right now?
yeah, let's just finish on what I want to finish on is though is something a little bit to the side. So, I know today we're doing this in America, there's the presidential debate. We're not going to talk about that. But what I want to talk about is like last time we talked about the Tokyo governorship. There are actually we talked about the two women who are the main candidates, but there are actually 57 people running for the election of the governor. And it's weird because in Japan, like if you live in Niigata, you can choose to run to be governor of Tokyo. Did you know that?
How is that possible?
It has nothing to do with residency because what it has to do with is with party. This is what I wanted to explain because I was people ask me this. I mean, other people on internet ask me, how does a person from Miyagi try to be governor of Tokyo? That kind of thing. Like the governor
Well,
of
you know what I want to
Okinawa
ask
came
you?
from. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I want to ask you? How
I'm gonna
does a
eat my
person
sandwich.
so the currently as of the time of this video,
Hmm.
I just need to say I was interrupted because of the fact that I have a home maintenance thing that's being taken care of by the management company. But the uh the Emperor and Empress of Japan are currently in England, in the
Right.
United Kingdom. And
Mhm.
there was a banquet last night that was given in their honor by it was the Lord Mayor of London. So the
Mhm.
Lord Mayor of London, in all his regalia, gets up to speak,
Right.
and he's the 695th Lord Mayor of London
Right.
since almost 900 years ago.
That's right.
Well, guess what?
What?
He's an American, and he was
Wait.
born in
Whoa.
America.
Wait
He
a
was
minute.
raised in America because I did a Wikipedia,
Oh,
and sure,
cool.
this guy is an American by birth, and I don't know why he's Lord Mayor of London.
He must have some sort of relatives, though, that came from the old. What's an American?
Yes,
He's not.
they were
He's not.
Irish.
See, that's why. Because if he was a Sioux Indian or a Paiute from California, then you'd have to worry about it. But he's Irish, so that means he's from the home country. He's from the old country.
So, but
So
I just found it fascinating, and so it's just like fascinating with the fact that in Niigata,
right.
that the
So
person from Niigata could be
right. So
the
person.
governor of
So
Tokyo.
that's right. So and and it's done by party. So the other thing that I have to do more research is how there's many parties in Japan. I mean, we think of the like a conservative or a liberal. We have those, but we have the one party in Tokyo that's running for the Tokyo governorship. One party is called We Hate NHK. That's a NHK Kirai, Daikirai, or something. The NHK is the national broadcasting, the Japan national broadcast. So this is a party dedicated to hating and trying to eliminate that TV station. So they have 24 candidates from that one party that are trying to be governor of Tokyo. It's just it's what? I mean, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
And
So
in America, we thought that the political system was interesting, or
rigged.
yeah. So
No, it is interesting in America because everyone asks me all the time, how come the election is like in November, but they're running for it now, that it's a debate now, but Biden and Trump haven't been chosen by their parties yet. How can they have a presidential debate when they haven't been officially chosen by their party? And I'm going, hey, this is just a quirk. You know, technically they have gathered enough electors in their primaries, so they're what's the word, presumptive candidates.
yes,
So but to me, they haven't gone through the process. They should go through the process and then have the debate, have the formal, debate. But yeah, that's okay. But here in Japan, you join the party and you go through the procedures and you work your way through the hierarchy, whatever that is. But you can be selected, and then they can tell you, okay, Greg, let's say Greg, you're in the LDP. Let's say, okay, Greg, I want you to go to Hokkaido and run in the 23rd district for mayor of Hakodate. Okay, so then you would leave Okazaki and then move to Hokkaido and then run and then do that. But in Japan, you only get 2 weeks to run for the election. You have one
kind of
month to
like that.
you have 1 month to declare. You have 2 weeks to actually campaign, And then I believe it's 1 week before the actual election date, there's no more campaigns. You can have TVs or online campaigning, but no more verbal campaigns. And there's no debates. So here, and you're limited because you only have 2 weeks. Your money is limited. You can only spend so much money. You can only raise some. You don't have to raise any money. The party has the money, must have the money before you run for the election. You can't run for the election and then try to earn money while you're running like you do in America. Here, you have to have the money ahead of time. If you don't have the money, you can't run. You have to.
There was a political debate that happened in America at the time of this recording,
Right.
and
I
I
watched it.
received a message from someone. I said, "Well, what'd you think?" And they said, "Oh, it seemed like two neighbors fighting." So, do they have that here?
Debate, and there's no debates like that. No, because what happens is, to be the prime minister of Japan, for example, you have no choice. All you're doing is choosing the party, your party representatives in your district, and the party that has the majority in the what they call the diet, the upper house or the lower house of the diet, the party that has the majority of members, they get to choose who the prime minister is. Same in England, same in Scotland, same. All parliamentary systems do that. So, like, nobody in England votes for the prime minister either. You vote for the party, and the party chooses the prime minister. So, so, so you don't have to go through debates. But then again, I'm sorry. Just briefly talk about what happened earlier before this recording. That wasn't a debate. There was actually no debate. That is a discussion. It's a Q&A. It's like an infomercial. I mean, the moderator asks a question, the person gives an answer. A debate is actually where the questions are already laid out, and then each person has to take sides on the question, and then they will give and take based on the answers of the other person. The moderator just limits the time and keeps it civil and that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, it's not a debate. It's I think two old guys arguing over the tree that's hanging over the fence line in the backyard. That's what it was. Cut back there. I'm not going to cut that.
It's interesting to say the least.
Anyway,
like that sawing outside that you can hear. Can you hear the sawing?
No. Can you hear the song that's playing here?
No.
Say so. Great.
Oh,
so those of you who are watching this, if you can hear either one, please tell us. We can. So anyway, I think we should end it there because if we can go on forever on that stuff. But anyway, this has been a fun. This has been fun because you get to see a little glimpse of Japanese life. Greg had to answer the door in Japanese and run around and try to answer questions. It's cool. And me eating lunch. This is real Japan. Anyway, so thank you for Musings from Japan number 53. No,
53.
Right? 53. So, Greg, arigatou gozaimashita. お疲れ様でした。はい、so, minasan, as we always say, sayonara.
Sayonara.